afternoon. I'm Riza Diaz. This is One News Now. The IATF has allowed more foreigners to enter the country amid the threat of the new coronavirus variants. We have with us this afternoon Dr. Ronchine Solante, infectious disease head at the San Lazaro Hospital. Thank you, Doc. Please help us make sense of what is happening. Are we getting too complacent with these new rules?
Hi, Riza. I think it's not much of the complacency, but I think there are protocols here that we still follow despite opening up this restriction of foreigners, no? And one of that is really screening them for possible signs and symptoms of COVID. If they are asymptomatic, then they should also be tested. And I think that's part of the screening among the entry of these foreigners here in our country.
Doc, where or how would you place us at this point in terms of threats of the new variant? Are we responding to it well?
So far, if you look at the number of cases that has been monitored for the past few days or for the past weeks, our case has more or less stabilized. And this is something that looking forward while we are waiting for the vaccines to come, then this is something that we can hope at this moment in time. And this is a good sign that we're not anymore looking at cases like 2,000 cases a day, unlike in other countries. So we just hope that this will continue, and once the vaccine will be available also, that can also give us a better position now to control the pandemic.
Doc, we want to get your insights on these developments. The IATF has also allowed hotels in Baguio City to accommodate leisure travelers even while they're under GCQ. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, just like what I mentioned, even though they're opening up some of these hotels and even some of this tourist area, but they are so strict among people who will be visiting there. They are requiring tests. They are requiring also health declaration, and so that anybody, all of them will be monitored during their stay. And if they develop symptoms, then there will be appropriate contact tracing among the population.
Doc, on another topic, an updated priority list for the vaccine has been released. And is the country's vaccine drive really looking up at this point?
I hope so. And although we have been doing on our side, we've been doing giving information about the correct interpretation of the safety and efficacy of this vaccine. I think it can help us boost the vaccine confidence and vaccine acceptance in our country. This is the best time to really trust the vaccines, no? Because one of the important, why are we getting these vaccines and why are we prioritizing these vaccines to the frontliners? Because we want to get the soonest protection among the vulnerable, and hopefully everyone will get to be vaccinated in that priority list.
Doc, senior citizens are next in line to health workers. How does this hold in terms of reports about the effects of vaccines to this particular age group?
Yeah, for now, in some of these vaccines, we've heard of adverse event, local reaction, systemic adverse reaction. These are all part of the vaccines that we somehow expect, but these are mild. Most of the effect here is mild, and we have to give assurance that giving this vaccine, the benefit always outweighs the risk, and this risk is not that high. The risk is really mild, and once they will be given the vaccine, they will also be monitored. And if there are contraindications that this vaccine be given to this population, we have to follow that. But the bottom line is older age, elderly people are the ones we need to protect with COVID because of a higher risk of severity. Then that's the reason why they are the priority also of this COVID vaccination.
Thank you, as always, Doc Solante, for your time and for your insights. Again, that was Dr. Ronchine Solante, infectious disease head of the San Lazaro Hospital. And here are other vaccine developments around the globe. The United Kingdom has launched a trial to see if two different COVID-19 shots can be safely used for nationwide vaccinations. British researchers are looking to mix Pfizer and AstraZeneca jabs in a two-dose regimen. Recruitment for over 800 participants will start on Saturday. Meanwhile, Johnson & Johnson has applied for emergency use for its single-dose COVID-19 jab in the United States. The Johnson & Johnson's vaccine has a reported 66% efficacy rate in its global trial. And Spain is set to receive over 1.8 million doses of AstraZeneca vaccines. A technical committee is still weighing on giving the jabs to elderly people. Now, the shots will be manufactured by a Spanish pharmaceutical company in Guadalajara. More stories after this short break. Stay with us. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Over 100 tourists have reportedly faked their swab tests just to be able to enter the Boracay island. Let's get more details from Jenny Dongon, reporting live from Mandaluyong City. Jenny, how does the local government seek to address this issue?
Risa, the local government of Malay Aklan has threatened to ban those who will submit fake swab test results moving forward. Malay Mayor Floribar Bautista issued the warning after 3 tourists were proven to have presented tampered COVID-19 test results. They eventually turned out positive for the virus. Recall that the national government made it mandatory for guests to secure a negative RT-PCR test result prior to the arrival in Boracay. This is one of the requirements for them to be able to secure a QR code through aklan.gov.ph. But over 100 individuals have so far failed to follow the protocol. Worse, they submitted fake documents. At least 27 of them were able to enter the island, but were captured and immediately sent to the isolation centers. Mayor Bautista said instead of helping the local tourism to recover, they will only become spreaders of COVID-19. Provincial Legal Officer Attorney Shelwyn Ibarrete reminded all prospect tourists that they verify the results. However, Ibarrete admitted that sometimes it takes them days as they await for the confirmation from hotels or labs. If proven tampered or photoshopped, officials warned that aside from being declared persona non grata, they may also face a case of document falsification. Just to give our viewers an idea, this is how a legit and a fake COVID-19 test look like. Sometimes the fake has no bar or QR code and the font styles are not consistent. The legit one, meanwhile, is complete with the bar or QR code, but it has almost the same details as that of the tampered one. But Rizal local officials say no matter how similar, they will still be able to verify the result. Rizal.
Thank you, Jenny Dongon reporting live from Mandaluyong City. The initial part of the tunnel boring machine to be used in the Metro Manila subway has arrived, which means work on the first subway system in the country may commence soon. Gerard de la Peña has more on the story.
It may look like toy bricks, but this gigantic equipment is bringing the government closer to its goal of constructing the first subway system in the country. The Transportation Department unveiled the head of a tunnel boring machine that arrived recently in Manila. Once assembled, the entire machine will weigh 700 tons or equivalent to 2 Airbus A380 planes. It can also work like 300 jackhammers that can dig soil where up to 50 mixer trucks can fit per day. This is just the first of 25 tunnel boring machines that will excavate tunnels and passageways equivalent to almost 3,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools from Valenzuela to Naiya.
To catch up in the mass transport infrastructure backlog that has caused so much lost productivity and so much inconvenience to our people, the Metro Manila Subway Project, along with our 12 other railway projects throughout the country, are being implemented at record scale and at record speed.
Actual digging will begin sometime in June. The DOTr once again allayed fears in relation to flooding.
Ang mga engineers natin, consultant at skills at talento, pati na yung mga kontraktor ay na-involve sa tinatawag na subway sa Japan, na kung saan yung tinatawag na water line ng Japan mas mababa kaysa sa atin, na kung saan yung Baguio at Lindol ay mas marami kaysa sa atin.
The DOTr is also working on the construction's effect on ground traffic.
There will be problems, but we are doing some logistical and traffic planning para nang sa maibsan. Halimbawa, yung paglabas nung hukay, nung lupa, at yung pag-alis ng hukay at lupa, gagawin yan kung walang traffic o makukunti yung traffic kagaya ng gabi.
The DOTr is batting for partial operability of the Valenzuela Depot and Railway Institute by the end of the year. The entire project costs $350 billion, 85% of which will be loaned from Japan, payable in 40 years with a 12-year grace period and an interest of 0.1% per annum. Loan repayment will only take place after the entire subway line becomes operational by 2025. For News 5, Gerard de la Peña, we are One News.
For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.